Yo, what's good? You already know who it is. It's your boy Symba, and I'm out here at the hostile takeover, keeping it 100 with my big homie Roasta and my big sis Myisha Pooh. Y'all tap in.
You got to have a lot of heart. You got to have a lot of soul. You got to have a fat gap. A brother better be strapped.
Them niggas is high over there. Huh? Yeah, we all good. We all good. We just trying to loosen up a little bit. Check it out, y'all. Once again, we here at 3132 International Boulevard. In case y'all don't know where we be putting it down at Bigfoot Hostile Takeover. You know, Hostile Takeover presents another episode of Keeping It 100 with Roasta
and Myisha Pooh.
Can you dig it? Now, today, man, we got a very special guest in the building, a young man from the Bay Area, you know, who's making his name be known and doing it with a motherfucking vengeance and keeping it respectful and humble at the same time.
At the same time, I heard he was the rawest rapper out.
I actually agree.
I'm trying to be.
I actually agree with Symba, you guys.
Yeah.
Symba, how you doing, young man?
Good. What's up, man?
What's going on with you?
I'm good. We finally got the link up. We always talk on the phone and say we gonna get together, so we finally got the chance to get together, so it's good.
Yeah, you know, I know you be a busy man, so I'll be like, okay, you know. The first time I actually saw you, I was listening to something and somebody said, oh, Fab say, I said, who was that? Fab was playing your shit.
Yeah.
He's like, man, it's Symba. I said, where you from? And I couldn't believe that you was from the Bay Area.
Yeah.
So where you from?
Yeah, so I was like, I was born in Livermore, raised in Berkeley, but grew up in Antioch. Right, so my mom, my family from Berkeley, my mom was in Livermore shopping, and she ended up having like an emergency rush to the hospital in Livermore, and then I was raised in Berkeley like the first like 10 years of my life, and then we moved out to Antioch. So when I moved to Antioch, that's kind of where I started just, you know, learning how to rap, learning how to hoop, just learning how to just be a boy, grow up how to be a man.
So hoop was one of your...
That was the first thing I was doing before I was rapping. I was a hooper.
Right.
I thought I was going to the league.
Your game was like that?
For sure. I was real good in basketball, but I feel like with basketball, it takes a lot of preparation. You know what I mean? A lot of focus, a lot of support. You know what I mean? It's a lot of politics. Same thing with music.
Yeah.
But it's not as tough as basketball. You really got to be skilled, you know. And like I was 6'1", it wasn't like I'm 6'5" coming through. So it's the more you grow in it, you play in high school, you nice. You get to college, it's like, all right, I'm cool. But you start playing with pros, it's like, oh, these niggas on another level.
Basketball was one of my favorites too. I got a crossover. I still got it.
Yeah.
It's at the house though, but but basketball was one of my passions, man. I love that basketball shit. Huh?
What position you play?
Everyone, just pass me the ball.
No, you bullshit, dog. You bullshit.
No, seriously. I can play all positions.
Okay.
You know,
he was a smasher.
So you was a LeBron.
He was smashing.
Anything, man. I'm trying to tell you, I'm getting it in.
All right.
You feel me? But rapping too, though. I was rapping also. You know what I'm saying? And knew I was a basketball player. But
you good with that.
No, I'm wrong with rap though. There's just no doubt about
it. Spit something right now.
I'm a gamer. Knock your bitch and change her.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But I got shit though. We putting the project out right now.
Yeah.
It's an old school project. Me and my brother Next to Kin, Ghetto Poetry. You know what I mean? But talking about Symba though, like Symba, where does that come from? I know that's a lion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really honestly come from that being my favorite movie as a child. So like when I was growing up in Berkeley, a lot of my like cousins, shout out to Swain, Kenny, I used to always watch that movie as a kid. I just like was infatuated with the story of it, as far as like it being a kid who lost his dad early, and you know, he had to kind of figure out how to migrate through life, you know. So I lost my pops to the prison system. So I kind of related to the story, just in a different type of way. So I used to always watch the movie. And then my cousins would just start calling me Symba. Like, little Symba, just little Symba.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually it just stuck. So when I started doing music, that's what I named myself.
That's actually a dope story.
Yeah.
Losing your father to the prison system and growing up without him, how did it affect you as a young man?
It's crazy because I'm still like figuring that out to this day. You know what I mean? Like, my brother right there, like, we just met 2 years ago. You know what I mean? And we got the same dad.
Older or younger?
Older. He a year older than me. And we just met 2 years ago. And it's a lot he teaching me about my dad. You know what I mean? And I didn't know. Now, I ain't really have a relationship with him like that.
I'm saying your brother knew him?
Yeah, he knew him better than I did.
Yeah.
You know, I was more like with my mom for the most part.
So is he still in prison or did he die in prison?
No, he passed in prison.
Whoa.
Yeah, passed in prison. So we never really got a chance to like physically meet as I was older.
Right.
But you know, as we go through life and keep learning, I'm learning more about him.
You still processing it?
Yeah, and I'm learning like how it affect me. And plus, I just had a kid. So
I was
it's
just
like,
gonna ask you that.
Yeah, I'm learning like, okay, this is where I feel like certain things I was missing as a child, so I'm making sure I try to do that for him.
Yeah.
You know?
How old is your baby?
He 2.
Okay.
Yeah, he 2. He'll be 3 in September. Thank you.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Thank you.
Ain't nothing like fatherhood, man.
Nah, fatherhood is dope because it's like you get to see yourself grow up.
Mm-hmm.
You get to watch yourself grow up again, and they're kind of like mirroring images of you.
Are you still with the mom?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So like, and we got a great relationship too.
That's dope.
And she's a great mom as well.
Yeah.
You know, like she's very like patient with him. You know what I mean? She take her time with him, everything. But for me, I always tell like my homies who like getting ready to have kids, like when you have a kid, it ain't really like as a dad too much you can really do the first few like months or year. It's like he's so attached, or she or he may be so attached to the mom as far as breastfeeding, the sin of the mom, you know what I mean? That's where they're comfortable at, to where it kind of take the kid a little bit to realize who you is as a dad. That's how I feel like it was for me.
It's the smell, your voice, your presence, your touch. That child feels that and knows that.
No, I know that.
So
I know that for sure.
It's who's right there. Of course, it's natural. She's breastfeeding, right?
Exactly.
But still, you still are just as important as she is.
No,
Believe
definitely.
that.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying like as. So say like, you know, I remember when he first came home, right? She'd be breastfeeding, so he was so attached to her. But as he got older, you know, and got off and started drinking his own milk, I would see him come over to me more. And I'm still there, but it's just now he kind of moving on his own, and he more and more. Nah, it's mama.
What?
Yeah,
My
was
kid's
mama.
first word was daddy.
Nah,
and
it
I was
was
there,
mama.
breastfeeding and doing everything.
Yeah.
And the first was daddy up.
It was daddy. That's crazy.
Now my son like a mama's boy that's transitioning into a daddy's boy.
Most sons are though, but you know,
Sons
so
hit different.
Yeah.
So when I was when I had the same understanding that you got.
Yeah.
Like I really feel like the first beginning of the birth, when the baby depends on the mother so much that I give them that, you know what I'm saying, that space and You know,
because
still
there though. You know what I mean? You still gotta be there.
I would pick my kids up and they would cry.
Yeah.
But when the mama would get them, they shut up.
Well, see, that was the opposite for me because when I had my kids, my husband, ex-husband, he was right there. Like when my daughter was born, she wasn't breathing, right? And the nurses didn't. They were scared. He went over there and put the nose pump, sucked it out. She started breathing. And it was crazy because he was just right there. Like after I breastfed, he took it. He took care. Honestly, he took care of the kids better than I did.
Yeah. Yeah. What I did was on my last 3 children, I delivered them myself.
Wow.
That helped me deal with the fact that let me see if I could do something outside the parameters of what's naturally been happening to make sure that my children are close to me. Now these kids, they close, King, Queen, and Royal is close to me like a motherfucker. Like I can't, so it is about being active in the beginning, no matter what. Definitely. If the child cries, then you try to do something to stop the child from crying, opposed to just passing him back to his mama.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So that way they get real acquainted with the smell and the attitude and everything of the father. You know what I mean?
The mere fact that he thinks about, you think about your dad and what you was missing and you want to give to your baby, it shows that you're going to be an excellent daddy.
Nah, for sure. But I think that's what makes good dads. You know what I mean? Like understanding what you kind of missed out on as a kid.
Yeah.
From listening to your music, it seems that you are very well spoken.
Yeah.
And educated to a point to where I hear a lot of people saying things in their raps that loses me. Not because it's too intelligent.
Yeah.
It's like you don't even know what the fuck you said.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
So where I come from, rap was education. It was we got education from listening to Run DMC or Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, Houdini and UTFO and things of that nature. Though we had education. So you remind me of that era on steroids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You remind me of that.
I appreciate that.
And it make me go say, damn man, I wish all these kids rap like this.
Yeah. I mean, it's understanding too. A lot of time goes into it. Like I didn't just wake up one day and become great at rap or become great at making music. It's timing. Like a lot goes into it. People got to be able to want that. I feel like today we got so much access to people. People look at music more as a lick than they do a craft.
Yeah.
And it's a hustle form. It's not really a craft or art or a skill. It's just something that they could get some money off, and that's cool because it's better than being in the street selling drugs to the next person that's fucking their life up while you gaining from it. But so it's better to have something else to profit off of. But at the same time, it's watering the craft down to where it's just like the music. Like we hear the same type of music every day. Everybody kind of saying the same thing or rapping on the same beats.
And I think that's a problem that they're looking at it because as it not being a craft and it being a quick come up, because just to elaborate on what you're saying, it's like they're not taking it serious.
Yeah. So
nobody is taking them serious.
Yeah, but I mean that's their decision.
So yeah, but then it's like a one-hit wonder. It's like the music has no longevity. It has no.
But the thing is, some one-hit wonders do have longevity because one song will change your life forever. Some people have been touring their whole life off of one song.
Right.
They may not be able to duplicate another hit record.
Yeah.
They still may be able to go get 5,000-6,000 a show. You know what I mean? 20 years down the line, and they doing that 3 times a week. That's damn near $17,000-$18,000 where they feeding their family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like one song could change your life.
Most definitely.
It could change your life. But I understand what you're saying.
But how many people get hits?
That's another thing.
Yeah, how many people get that one song?
For sure.
So it's just a lot of trash, man.
For sure.
So when I hear something like Symba, I'm like, okay, if we can get the kids to start understanding this is what we support. Like I told Fab this morning.
Yeah.
I said we need to take individuals like you and hold you up as an example.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we're supposed to be doing. Whatever y'all doing down there, okay. But if you in the way, if you can't be held up as an example, you know what I'm saying? We push each other, you know, to the pinnacle, you know, to where it is. And this is what they do in other areas, New York and you know what I'm saying? Even LA, Northern California, we want to hate. You know, that's our favorite pastime, is hating. You know what I'm saying? Instead of taking a cat like Symba and saying, okay, we put him in the forefront.
Yeah, but it's tough too because it's like we can't just blame it on hate. We gotta look at the root of the hate, right? So it's like, why is it hate, right? It's a lack of information. It's a lack of business being done. It's a lack of platforming. It's a lack of studios. You know, it's a lot of apps out here, a lot of companies out here who they made millions off our culture, but they ain't put nothing into being able to platform us as artists or help us position to be able to get out. So when people don't know how to help, you know what I mean? Like, why should they? Like, if they looking at it like it's not helping me, it's not helping me get out of my situation that I'm currently in, so why should I be holding something else up? And you can't blame them for that because they don't have the information on why they should.
So do you know the music business?
Yeah, I know it very well.
That's good.
Yeah, I've been in the music business. I moved to LA in 2014, and immediately when I moved to LA, I realized I wasn't good enough. You know, as an artist, as a writer, as understanding the business, understanding how it works, understanding where money needs to go, understanding how to build a fan base out, how to brand yourself, how to market yourself, looking for a target audience.
When you went to LA, what made you realize? Like, what hit? What
everything about LA. Everything about LA, because everybody in LA is working towards something or doing something. They not like half-assing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they full life invested in it. So it's like when you first get there, you gonna run through a lot of people who say they do something that really don't do shit. But you gotta meet them people to find out who really do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's a process within it. Like I spent 2 years out there wasting a lot of money taking people out, buying drinks, buying bottles in the club, doing shit that people was telling me this what I gotta do to get myself on. But that shit wasn't getting my records played. Why? Because I didn't have the music. You know what I mean? So it all goes back to, okay, what's the root of this issue? I gotta make the music first. The music gotta sound good. So let me go spend time on figuring out what's wrong with my music. And I start getting around different songwriters, different producers, hearing different styles of things. And I'm like, damn, it's more people in the world. Like we'll look at it sometimes in hip hop as just like gangster music or like street music just runs the culture. But it's more people listening to other type of shit than it is that style of music. But we just focus on that because that's all we know as a culture sometimes.
Right.
So being out there kind of opened my mind up to like writing songs for video games, writing songs for movies, writing songs for commercials, songwriting for females who probably can't write for themselves.
Right.
And that was able to help me establish my name in the industry to where people start wondering what the fuck I had going on.
Straight up. So, and this is how you was able to wiggle and get a situation with the record company that you with right now?
Yeah. So
like, how did that happen?
I was signed to Columbia first. And when I got signed to Columbia, shout out to my sister Chelsea. It was like her first, Chelsea was like somebody that was working with me from the minute I moved to LA. Part of the reason I moved to LA. And her first like big job was at Columbia Records when she first got hired as an A&R. So she had signed me. I was her first act that she signed, but immediately when she signed me, it was a regime change. So everybody that worked there had kind of started leaving, going to other labels. So the team that she had kind of built out for me had left. So we was kind of just hanging around the label for a little bit, not doing nothing. So finally they released me. And I was independent for a little bit, but I'm not really a fan of being independent because it's like
that's not your niche.
It's not even that it's just not my niche. It's like for what I'm trying to do, it's kind of hard to be independent for relationships I need to be able to get to where I'm trying to go.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of work with being independent. It's a lot of relationships that come with being on a major. And I feel like if you could go get those relationships and you could build it out and then work your way through your contract to one day become independent, now you got the industry at your disposal.
You're playing chess.
Yeah. Yeah, rather than just like trying to come at it from a perspective of just like, fuck the labels, fuck this. It's just like, nah, you need these people. You need the relationships.
In your question, your growth, as far as your education, pertaining to this music business, with your money situation, you make sure that all your performing credits, all that shit is all that shit apply, like your publishing.
Yeah, you get somebody to do that. Like like once you like get to a certain level, like you find people to handle that, because you can't physically watch all that shit yourself.
Right.
You know, I can't make music, do shows, answer calls, you know what I mean? Like shoot videos, do all this, wonder where the publishing at, go back and forth with all this. So you find people you trust.
Right.
It's all kind of different deals you could do. Some people do like full-on publishing deals where they sign away all of their publishing for a certain amount of money. Some people do admin deals where they give up 15% of their publishing and somebody at a publishing company collects their money for them and bring it back to them. So it's different ways, you know what I mean, to like find your money. But I feel like it's always good to have a good team around you and people you trust to be able to watch that for you so you can focus on what continues to keep the publishing coming in.
Right. So how do you know who to trust with that? Like you say you got to find the people you trust.
Yeah.
But so many people have got fucked over.
Yeah.
Thinking they could trust somebody.
Yeah.
So how do you figure that out?
I think you don't know till you know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you gotta willing to be fucked over. Like you gotta willing to fuck up to learn how to make it work. You know what I mean? You gotta take chances on people. I done had a bunch of different people around me over the years that I thought would one day be my manager, be a part of my crew, but it's like they had ulterior motives for themselves within what I was doing. And when it wasn't adding up for them with what I was doing, we kind of started splitting apart, but I never knew what their motives was. You know what I mean? I always thought they was helping me. So it's like, you never really know till you know. You just gotta go through it and find people, people that's not necessarily chasing money, people that's not necessarily chasing fame, but people that you know genuinely believe in you.
Right.
You know, somebody that's gonna come to the shows when there's 5 people there and drive because you ain't got no gas money. You know what I mean? Somebody that's gonna go half on you with a video or be at the studio with you and falling asleep with you or whatever it may be. It's like, all right, this motherfucker with me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's also a responsibility too with being an artist to being able to put them around the information they need to be able to help you.
Yeah.
You can't just expect somebody to help you if they don't know how to help you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you as the artist, you gotta introduce them to people and kind of show them how things work so they could be able to be like, okay, this is what I need to do and I need to get this person number and tap in with them or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So growing up in Antioch, what kind of inspiration did you get from Antioch that applied to your rapping?
I would say
Antioch is small. You know?
Like Antioch kind of taught me like how not to just look at things from a black perspective.
Okay.
Right? Like, cause sometimes like we could get in the habit of just looking at things like based off what we grew up seeing, you know, or that's all we kind of know. So Antioch kind of like taught me, like I watched my stepdad like build a restaurant, right? Okay. But not only did he build a restaurant, he built a successful black restaurant. Okay. So sometimes, like, you know, with black restaurants, a lot of the issues we may have is be the customer service, the food may take a long time to come, whatever it may be, you know what I mean? Because we be short-staffed and we just get going. We ain't got the loans other people got to hire other people and all this shit, so it's harder for us.
I had a restaurant, I know all those issues.
Yeah, but my stepdad, like, he created a system that kind of like bought past all that, you know. So he created like a menu to where it was like 6 items on the menu, and it was a way to fucking make everything, and it was a seafood restaurant.
And this is in Antioch?
Yeah, it was called Prince's Seafood Cafe. It was named after my little brother. And he kind of came up with a system to where how to make the food, and if you order some shrimp, some prawns, some orange roughy, snapper, right? You might get that with the fries and another side, but this shit would be done within 7 minutes. You know what I mean? So he created a system. So seeing him do that, it always kind of made me look at things as like what's the formula to everything? You know what I mean? So like living out there kind of exposed me to like business and like formulas and strategies and just like understanding life other than what I knew from where I came from.
So to the viewers who don't know about Antioch, can you give them, let them know the difference from Antioch opposed to Oakland?
Yeah, so it's really kind of the same now.
Well, now, but you was there, you say 10 years ago, right? It was way different 10 years ago.
Before, Antioch was like a suburban area, just like any suburban area, but around, and I might be wrong with the year, but I want to say around like 05, 04, 06 maybe, they allowed Section 8 to come in. And when Section 8 was allowed in Antioch now, you had people from San Francisco, Oakland, Richmond, different areas of people who thought they was moving their family out the hood to this suburban area, but really we was just all meeting back up out there.
Yeah.
And we kind of turned it into our own little community.
Oakland.
Yeah. So we kind of gentrified Antioch. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's how they would kind of do us. But it was a dope area because it was kind of a place where like for a little bit black culture or black people felt safe.
Yes.
You know, like we always feel safe in the ghetto. That's the one place people feel comfortable at.
Yeah.
But it's like when you go outside it kind of get uncomfortable sometimes because you don't know your surroundings. But that was like one place to where it felt like, okay, I know the people, like I know the area, feel close to what I'm used to at home.
And then another thing that a lot of rap artists have in common is that they were born in poverty, and they have a story to tell about how fucked up it was, and you know what I'm saying, and people identify with that, and it helps with their sales and things of that nature. That's not your story though.
No. My story kind of backwards.
Right.
It was a little backwards, so I kind of grew up, I grew up early as a privileged kid. So like my mom was in real estate, my step-pops was in real estate, they opened up restaurants. So I seen a lot as a young kid. And then when I was around 16, my step-pop had did some illegal activities and we ended up losing a lot. And that was the first time where I felt what it was like to be broke, you know? So I had like friends who I used to kick it with when I would go back to Berkeley, my cousins and shit like that. And we'd be outside, we was kids, and they'd be like, oh, I'm cold. But I wasn't cold. Like I was north faced up, you know, hoodie on up under. But this was the first time where I was 16 and couldn't afford those things, and I knew what it felt like to be cold, or I knew what it felt like to be hungry. And before that, I was kind of like a stubborn kid, you know, like an asshole. I looked at life one way, but when that happened, it made me look at life from another perspective, you know. So I started developing empathy for other people.
Did you start hustling, doing the street activities?
We didn't all dibbled and dabbled, but I ain't never sold dope. You know what I mean? I ain't never sold dope, but I done things and
you climbed through somebody's window.
Proud of. Yeah, I done little shit.
Yeah, that's what them young niggas was doing.
Bipping.
Tie-line burglaries.
I ain't never bipped nobody though. I ain't never bipped no window.
Let me catch one of you bipping motherfuckers. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. If you motherfuckers bip one of my cars one more motherfucking time,
you ain't gonna know who did it.
Is this an interview still?
How many times they got you?
They got me twice.
Little niggas be out.
They hit my Benz at the motherfucking at the hotel. I come out that motherfucker, and they don't even get in. Man, I was mad as a motherfucker. Then my Durango. Hold on, we interviewing. It's good.
Yeah.
Anyway, my Durango, they hit that motherfucker. It wasn't up, and now you just roll up and you just leave your windows down now. All right? The only thing they can steal out that motherfucker is your registration. You feel me? Leave your windows down. These motherfuckers will bip you in California.
For real.
Now, back to the interview. How you doing, man?
converter, you start your shit up and
Nigga, I took my Cadillac converters off my Camaro.
Converters.
I took, huh?
So we can tell how you was crying.
When?
That car you love, that guy.
Oh, my Camaro? Nigga stole my motherfucking Camaro 3 times. You feel me?
That's crazy.
Yeah, we was talking about you young niggas, how y'all different with the crimes, man. You know.
But it's just life evolved though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like the shit that we used to do, and then you get older, and it's like, cause I used to do worse shit than that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The shit I did was way worse than that. So, you know, and I don't. So I be doing a lot of joking with this shit though. But people be hungry, man.
Real shit.
And motherfucker got to eat, and that's what you need to do to get your eat on.
Yeah.
To get your eat on though. You know what I'm saying? My shit is insured. No, my shit is insured. All my shit is insured.
No.
If you need to build,
don't do shit illegal
if you need
to nobody's stuff, don't listen to Zoe.
You better get your motherfucking
your ass
money.
hungry, go get some welfare. They give out food stamps. Go get you some.
Go get you some welfare. You want to tell a player to get him some welfare? Listen, you better go bip it.
Oh, so why not go get that money from them white folks? But you said you want to take from the black folks.
Go get that too.
We already struggling.
How you know the black folk? How you know it's a black folk in that car?
Man, these little young niggas, they black.
They don't know it's a black folk in that car, man.
EBT card in the car.
That shit, robbery ain't got no motherfucking race.
Go work the system.
You rob everything.
Y'all did good with that EDD.
Look at the mama.
Shit.
They did great with EDD.
Right.
Huh?
They did great with EDD.
I know, I was scared, man. I was like, niggas, these niggas ain't never had no money. These niggas walking around, riding around in 550 Benzes. Like, I just saw you riding down the street on that bike with one wheel.
Got a Benz.
I was eating up that EDD too. Shit, them girls was getting their makeup done tipping big.
Look at that motherfucker.
Straight up, bro.
Now they broke as a motherfucker back calling me talking about, man, and so I'm doing bad. I'll be like, me too, nigga. Shit. Ain't we all? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just, you know, I love the fact that, you know, you had, and then this is the truth though, that you did have a eye-opening situation to where you was able to see that, because I know people who never had that and are super duper assholes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it seems like you analyze shit a lot more than the regular youngster.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
You can tell by his demeanor.
Definitely.
Yeah, just I like that though, because some cats don't take the time to kick back and think.
Yeah.
Just think about this.
You know what's
shit.
crazy about what you said? That's one thing that my dad did say to me that I remember. He used to always say is, remember, it's never too late to think.
Straight up.
You always got time to think.
That's right,
That's
respond.
one thing he said to me. I always remember.
I tell a person like this here, man, you got the word respond. It derives from responsibility.
Yeah.
And react, reactionary. So before I do something fucked up, I want to think about the ramifications and the repercussions behind what I'm doing. And then if I respond to it, 9 times out of 10, I win.
Exactly.
If I react to it without thinking what the fuck I'm finna do, and that next thing you know, now I hate myself. Cause I'm in there with John and Ray Ray.
You gotta remember, we grow up in these hyperactive communities.
Yeah.
So it's like we grow up as corner stores right here. Like, it ain't no motherfucking carrots and kale in there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's Hawaiian punch, high C candy. It's all kind of
40
shit that
ounces.
got these kids turned up and the energy turned up. You know
Nigga,
what I
we
mean?
was drinking wine.
Yeah.
We grow up in these.
We go up in that motherfucker and steal some Andre cold duck.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
that was the
liquor stores. It's
cold
liquor
duck.
stores. It's drugs. It's everything on every block. So it's like the community make you so hyperactive to where it don't give you time to think.
Right.
Like I always say, like us as black people, like we don't get enough time to dream. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we grow up in like homes where they tell you like you got to get out at 18. Like I used to be I used to have an Asian girlfriend, and it was illegal for her to leave the house before 30.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like she had to be established, like married. So I had to break up with her because I wasn't trying to get married.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But she had to be established and have a job and credit and like
See that's
all
what,
these
that's what I'm
things
doing
to
for
be
my
able to
kids.
leave the house. But we grow up telling our kids, well, I can't wait till you turn
Get the fuck
18
up
and
outta
get out
here.
my house. So
My
it's
kids ain't
you
getting out.
14 already thinking, fuck, I gotta get out the house. I ain't got no fucking time to work on my left hand jumper or my left hand layup. I gotta do something to get some money to get out the house.
I got a 12-year-old son. This is what I tell him all the time. Stay 12 the entire time you're 12.
Sure.
Yeah, I told him you don't have to do none of that other extra shit.
Sure.
The kids that the kids that I let around him, I scrutinize it.
Mm-hmm.
They, you know, that you smoke weed, you got a gun on you. I might pet search you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But my son understands now that okay, I'm doing it for his good.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I do it because I love you, and I don't want you to be. You get caught up into that shit, man, and you have to, it comes from the parents not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
Because they only gonna follow the leader.
It's not that the parents don't give a fuck. The parents still kids themselves.
Exactly.
I be in
playing
the club,
games with them.
I'm young. Like I be in the club with females and their mama. Like
That's crazy.
you know, like it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like some of them, like this is what they looking up to. You know what I mean? So it's like they don't necessarily know no better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I tell people about a man, and like I was telling the boy Whack 100, you sitting up and you arguing with these kids. See, I'm not finna have an argument with you. We can have a conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But having an argument with you puts me on your level. Going to playing video games with you and shit like that, going to knock bitches with you, smoking weed with you. I'm your partner.
Yeah.
When I should be playing my true role, which is your father figure. Even if I'm not your biological father, I'm at the age where I shouldn't be doing what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Because you're going to identify me as who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So once we can get up out of that, we'll start being able to raise our kids and they'll come out better though, you know, and more productive and things of that nature though. And with that stuff, everybody needs to go have him a Symba.
No, it's just it's not everybody need to go have them a Symba. It's just like we as a community.
Get your flowers, man.
We as a community.
Get your flowers.
And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But it ain't just about a Symba. Like it ain't like Symba could come change the motherfucker everything that's going on. It start internally within everything.
Yeah.
So it start with us. We gotta stop telling our kids to be rappers and basketball players.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop sending our kids to these fucking high schools that ain't doing nothing for them. Sending them to these elementary schools that ain't doing nothing for them when this tech shit is going on right across the bridge and ain't none of us going over there to figure out what's going on.
Right.
But see, here's why Symba's necessary. Here's why. Because what you're speaking, when people hear it, it gets stored in your subconscious mind.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, people, trust me, they gonna think if something gonna happen. They go, "Oh, Symba did say that."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel
okay.
that.
So you are necessary. We do need Symbas.
Yeah.
We need more Symbas.
For sure.
It's not putting the weight on your shoulders and saying, "Oh, I gotta be the representation for the world to say the world." No, it's not that. Keep doing Symba. Keep being Symba.
Yeah.
Trust me, people are hearing and people are
paying it forward.
internalizing it.
And when I say that with the true essence of we need more Symbas,
Right.
period.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We need more people like you. And be proud of that.
Yeah.
Be proud of that. You know what I'm saying? When people give me a compliment, I used to be like, nah, man, Zoe, you're a legend. You're goddamn right.
Yeah.
Now I'm able to say, because I know I've been through the shit so you don't have to go through it.
Yeah.
I'm the library. Like when I'm here, like there's a lot of people that done died that I cannot go to right now and get no information from.
Facts.
But I wish I could have.
Facts.
I wish I could. I wish I would have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So while I'm here, get that information and make sure that you pay that forward. You know what I mean?
That's real shit.
And that's all. Get your flowers, man, and bask in the glory of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, bask in the glory. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we need more of each other.
Yeah.
The way we are, the things that we're doing, how you coming up and you pushing your line, you move to LA, you know you've been at several different places that you do it independently, and whatever you do to take care of yourself, you know what I'm saying? People watching.
And he's young.
Yeah.
young with all this game.
Yeah, people are watching, so we need more Symbas, man. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I appreciate that.
What you got going on like right now?
Man, so I'm finishing up my new album. It's called Results Take Time.
Right.
And it's really just about the process. You know what I mean? The process of just not only me going through the music industry, just the process of life. Sometimes, like, you know, we growing up in this era now to where it's just like instant gratification. Everybody see Instagram, like they see somebody with the car. You know, it might be a young kid out here, like, see somebody pull up in the Benz and just be like, I want that, but he don't know how he got it. You know what I mean? He don't know what came with getting that car. And that's really what my project is about, describing those things along the way. Describing the process of trying to get to where you're trying to go, and even knowing, like, when you get there, it's another place you're trying to go to. Like, we all get a new car, but it's like, shit, you drive it for 2 years and want another one. So that ain't the end all be all. You know, we evolve, we grow out of things. You know, we want better things. We want better things in life.
So basically, you stay uncomfortable.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. I feel like when you comfortable, you lose.
Right.
You lose because it's like you got all this life to die and be comfortable.
You settle.
Yeah, it's like why you going to be comfortable and conform to what other people think you should do or how other people live.
Because to me, the fight is exciting.
Yeah.
The struggle is exciting to me.
Yeah.
To get up and for a motherfucker to say I couldn't, and then I do.
Yeah.
For a person to think that I couldn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I do. You feel me? And not just because they said I couldn't. It's the fact that the struggle and the fight has more of a oomph to me. Like, you know what I mean?
It mean more.
It mean more because you elevate.
Yeah.
You elevate. You saying, you know what? Like I was just playing my brother with this chess shit.
Yeah.
He beat me.
Yeah.
He never could beat me.
Yeah.
He just went and did 14 years. That's all he did was play chess. He came out and I went and bought this and he beat me. So me being a real motherfucker, keeping it 100, I could have said, oh man, you ain't, you know, but he did it.
Yeah.
For real though.
Yeah.
But you know what it make me do? Step my motherfucking game up.
That's it.
Motivate you to do better.
Step my game up and say, okay, next time we play, we're gonna see what it do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But to accept it and say, all right, you better than me.
Yeah.
Nah, you was better them 3 games.
Yeah, you was better than that one time. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But here I come.
Yeah.
You
I'm
feel
gonna
me?
keep going.
Yeah, so, and then, you know, you say some things in your music that we was talking about, okay, you guys give all these other rappers the best, they the best, but make room for who?
Yeah, me.
Hello?
Yeah, like,
You ain't got no bar ready right now.
always, you know, I just dropped a song. That's kind of what I was saying. They asked who's the best MC, Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. Aubrey Graham, Jermaine Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Weezy F, Eminem, and Tupac Shakur. Well, I think it's about time that I make a mention to Boy. I ain't even dropped an album. I still ain't been on a tour. I ain't got no platinum records and I ain't won no awards. You know, you fight uphill battles while pushing the culture forward, and the shit they neglect you for make the legends respect you more. See, now the game is based off narratives and comparisons. Anything could be true if you get enough people sharing it. How could the facts be faced when this shit is opinion based? Anyone can enter the race with a mic and an interface. You know, like
Symba.
the GOAT.
Symba, boy.
You know? I'm telling y'all, y'all be prepared, man. So what you just
Was
dropped?
that a freestyle?
Nah, that's actually a song I just put out today. It's called The GOAT. It's called
But
The
I heard
GOAT.
you can freestyle.
Nah, I can, like, when we having fun, but it's like when people, like, see me, like, you know, on the leakers, or that ain't just off the dome. Like, you know what I mean? Those is things, like, I go into it prepared. Now, I will, at times, you know, catch a groove and kind of continue to
Any
do a
rapper
little
can,
thing, you know what I
though.
mean, and keep going.
Yeah, if you're a real rapper, you can.
But
though.
I'm somebody that's, like, very analytical. You know what I mean? So it's like I want to do my best every time. I don't never want to, like, upset people or like give people some half-ass
So
shit.
you want to be prepared
every time.
That's
So I'm gonna be
about.
prepared, and if I'm not prepared, I just won't do it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, that's what's up.
So in ending this interview, which has been an awesome interview.
Absolutely.
I enjoy we enjoy you talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Let the people know what you got right now that they could go buy. Definitely. Or they could go check out.
Nah, just go check out my music. Don't Run From Rap out right now. Results Take Time on the way. We got a lot of merch on the way. I'm starting my new label. It's called Majority Rules. We looking for artists too. Any artists in the Bay that's dope. You know what I mean? Send us y'all music.
I sent you my son music.
Yeah.
Did you looking for just rap or are you looking for
R&B?
It's dope.
What can transcend to the world?
Okay.
How can we be as Bay as possible but still make the world relate?
Okay.
You know what I mean? I had a talk with Too Short one day, and we was having a conversation of how I was telling him people would be like, oh, you should make a Bay song or you should rap on a Bay beat or whatever. And he was just like, nah, nigga, because it's like when you go to do these freestyles and when you go to make songs in the studio, you still hyphy. I never let a woman make me feel less of a man because I don't want to buy her a Birkin. That's some Bay shit.
Yeah.
I just ain't saying it in the way somebody else was saying. I'm just saying it in a different way, but I'm still representing for where we're from. So I'm looking for people that could do the same thing. You know what I mean? People that could translate around the world.
Did you listen to Only Enzo shit?
I heard one song. I gotta check it out again though.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna send you some other shit too with him though.
Yeah.
He's like super dope.
Yeah.
Like he on some other shit though.
I'm gonna check it out for sure.
Yeah, he's on some other shit. I don't do that, son or not.
Yeah.
If I say that motherfucker dope,
that
motherfucker dope. The apple don't fall too far from the tree.
Straight up.
Yeah, straight up though. You know what I mean?
Nah,
if he was whack and my son, I would let you know that. But no, this nigga is on some other shit. Yeah, he on some other shit though. So
no, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out.
Make sure you check that out, man. And we're gonna keep tabs.
Definitely.
We're gonna keep tabs.
Definitely. Outlet? At the real Symba with a Y, SYMBA at the real Symba. Results Take Time on the way. I'm gonna be dropping pretty soon, so when we drop, I'm gonna have to come back and pull up on y'all.
Oh yeah,
so
most definitely.
Really break the project.
That's why I say we gonna keep tabs.
Yeah, for sure.
We gonna keep tabs. For sure. You know, but you in my life forever, man.
Come on,
nephew.
You already know. You already know. We've been rocking like a stocking.
Come on, man. You know what I mean? So listen, man. Make sure that you guys go check that out. Make sure that you follow. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you comment. Support. Yeah, comment,
share,
and continue to love and support what we got going on. You know, we got the Pretty Much BBR. You know, we got my cameraman who got some cookies that's way the fuck out this world called Really Dough.
Okay.
You know?
You got that real
I don't know
dope.
why he didn't bring no cookies up in here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Aldro Media, who's without him we wouldn't be able to do this shit. Yeah, this is how I be talking. This is how I be talking. You know what I mean? And one more thing. Make sure that you guys, when you guys are around this area, it's a coffee shop on the corner. It's called Red Bay Coffee, Fruitvale and International Boulevard. Make sure you guys go up in there and you give the code 211. You get 15% off anything that you purchase. You know what I mean? And we're gonna be up out of here. Love, peace, hair grease.
Peace.